Good morning, Robert Lopez, Operations Section Chief for Great Basin Team 2, here on the Bedrock Lookout, Horse Creek, and Pothole fires. I'll go around the horn on what's going on the fires today and into the future. We'll go down to the Bedrock Fire here. Things are pulling together there. It's pretty much in the repair status. We've downsized that to just a north repair and a south repair group. Today and here on out, we're just going to continue to put the roads back together and any suppression repair we need to take care of. And that's going to be an ongoing action for probably another week or so. There still is a little bit of uncontrolled line there. The Bedrock Fire set at 90% contained. But other than that, everything's going well down there on the Bedrock Fire. It's going to have some interior smokes on it still, of course, until we get more weather in on it. We'll jump over here down here to the Pothole Fire. Kind of same status on the Pothole Fire. You're going to see some interior smokes. The folks have put a lot of good hard work in there to that fire, and it's also at 90% contained. Just finishing up the final cleanup down there. Limited resources down there, kind of more in a patrol status. The 10% that's open, of course, is on this far south piece of line that's pretty inaccessible for people to get in there and just check it or work it. So that's kind of where that 10%'s at on that far south end along the wilderness boundary. We'll jump over up in here to Horse Creek. We got it to 90% contained also because of the inaccessibility, again, of the far east side of that fire with the steep terrain and large trees. Overall, Horse Creek's coming together, continuing with suppression repair on that too. And we still have quite a few people on that fire working it and making sure it's keeping in place and also cleaning up all of our equipment and stuff out in that area on Horse Creek. We'll jump up in the Pothole. Pothole's coming right along really well, 50% contained on it. We're able to secure almost the whole east flank except up on the north piece up here in Division Papa. But the rest of the east flank is real secure. And then, of course, the south flank along the McKenzie River corridor is secure. And then up towards the Andrews research station, we've got good line in there and a lot of folks still working on it, beating it. And of course, you're still going to see interior smokes coming off that face, off the 126 that you'll be able to see and up in there. But up in Branch, Division Charlie and Hotel and Lima, that's where your fire activity is going to be. It's still backing in that stuff, super heavy dead and down. Smoke, so that's where the majority of your smoke's coming from, is this piece of open line here that is just kind of hung up out there on those north slopes, kind of inaccessible to people getting there and putting it out in a couple spots. But there is a few lines out there. The primary line tied up against it that the fire's backing down into, making a really good black line, and then a couple contingency lines out to the west of there. So that's kind of the overall projection of these two fires. But Lookout is still got 50% open, of course, of line that we are not able to, there's not burning conditions to burn it out. So it's kind of a waiting game to see if the fuels dry out enough to be receptive to fires. Fire is still only growing about 6 inches to a foot a day on that north end. So pretty slow growth on that. So even with the increased winds, the higher temperatures and that's kind of where the fire's set, and we're keeping an eye on that to see if we need to do anything different. Also on the briefing here, we're going to go to every other day. So we won't have a briefing tomorrow, but then we'll have one on Thursday. So we'll have one on Thursday to give you any updates unless the fire activity changes, and then we'll go back to daily briefings. But that's kind of the overall look for the fires. Thanks.